Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's get started. My name is Nick Baldwin, and I have Robert Lucido on the webinar with us today. And today we're going to talk about the real estate market, especially when you're dealing with buyers, is with all the new changes with commission structures, bringing as much value as you possibly can to win a buyer is of the utmost importance. So, offering them value where they can save money, where you can get a leg up on the competition. And a lot of that can come through, what mortgage lender they're choosing. So, Robert, why don't you jump in for a minute here and tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and how, you've implemented this process that we're going to talk about to make your buyers happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having me. So first, I run Moxie Mortgage, which was a mortgage outfit that we created specifically for agents to better serve their clients. And I can tell you a little bit about how it came about. So as we all know, transactions have been down significantly since 2002, or excuse me, since 2022. And you can see that right here. Right now, we're going to finish at 2024, right at about 4 million transactions. So we actually got a slight bump in November and December year over year. So that's positive momentum going into 2025. However, transactions are still significantly below where they were in 2022, which I'm sure you guys have all felt. On top of that, buyer agent commissions have been compressed. They continue to fall. And that was even exacerbated by the rule changes that Nick just mentioned. So you can see right here, even back in 2021, buyer agent commissions were already showing a pretty significant downward trend. This was about a little over 5% back in 2021. However, as you can see below, this trend has even accelerated. So since the rule changes that took effect mid-July, you can see that buyer agent commissions on average are under 2.3% now. So a significant drop over the past few years. So less transactions to be had, less compensation being paid per transaction. At the same time, it's getting more costly to generate those clients through paid advertising. So last year, the average cost per lead across paid search and real estate was $66. This is across buyers and sellers, but $66 per lead now, which is a significant increase, while there's less clients to be found and less compensation to be had. Less opportunity, less compensation, higher cost. So this was what the paradigm that we were sitting in back at the end of 2022, trying to decide, and we basically asked ourselves the question, how can we deliver more value to our buyers to command higher commissions? Which ultimately led us to the question, what is driving the highest cost for our buyers? And the elephant in the room obviously was interest rates. Interest rates have went from 3% to just under 8%, which is a massive increase and a massive drop in their purchasing power. And so we sat back and asked ourselves, well, if we can solve, at least in part, this issue for them, we will be infinitely more valuable than the average buyer agent. And so that's how we got to work. And that's how ultimately we created Moxie Mortgage, very specific with a very specific mission in mind, which was to help our agents provide more value to their clients directly through the most expensive part of a home purchase, which is the mortgage for 90% of home buyers. So how do we do that? So first, through lower rates. So we set up a partnership with a very specific partner in mind that got us access to over 250 different wholesale partners. So this is like shopping at Costco instead of Target, but then having 250 different Costcos compete to give you the best possible wholesale pricing. So that's number one, lower interest rates. Step two of this was we have no overhead. So we were able to take those savings and pass it back to the clients, and then also in part to what we call business development managers, which I'll get to in a second. To show you the impact of that, so this was a client that came to us last year. They were pre-approved and under contract with a different lender for an $800,000 purchase with 5% down. Now, they were with a retail lender, so any direct lender is going to have much higher interest rates. And on top of that, they typically only have access to the mainstream products. So this client was pigeonholed into a product that wasn't a good fit for them just because that was the only product they could offer them. So the combination of those two factors, having a lot more overhead, driving higher interest rates, on top of that being in the wrong product, they were at an 8.25, and we were able to get them down to a 6.998 with no origination cost. So that saves them about $660 a month and almost $240,000 of interest over the course of owning that home. So if you're sitting across from a buyer client trying to earn their business, and you can show them an avenue to save 50, 100, or even $240,000 on that home purchase, how can you not be worth an additional $2,000, $4,000, $10,000 to them if you can show them a track record of delivering those results? On average, across our clients last year, they saved, as you can see here, just under $52,000 of origination costs and saved interest payments by working with Moxie. Number two, going beyond interest rates is to reinforce that value you're providing with different terms to make you even more valuable on your buyer consultations. So buyers want certainty and clarity. And so if you can give them certainty around not only the savings on the interest rate, but also the different things in terms of getting approved on time, closing on time, or Moxie will pay the appraisal. Also for certified agent partners, their clients can get no cost refinances for life. Those type of things further embold your value, and it costs you nothing. So if you're looking to make not only more compensation, but pure profit, this is an avenue for you to do that. Third is access to all products. So I gave you that story before about how a client was pigeonholed into the wrong product. We have access to fundamentally every product on the market. So we're able to serve clients that other lenders can't. We are actually helping one right now that'll close in a couple weeks. They were turned away from 27 different lenders, and we're doing a one-time close construction of perm for a commercial property in rural Hawaii that we got done through them through the SBA. So that's one example. Most clients fit into more, mainstream, the govies, conventional, DSCR, those type of things. But when you do to get a client that's a foreign purchase or a bank statement, or maybe it's a farm property, we do have those products available for them.
Hello, everyone. This is Judy Klein with Keller Williams, a Lucido agency here in Ellicott City. Wanted to just come on here quickly and say how amazing and wonderful Moxie Mortgage has been to my clients. I have leveraged closing 5 within the last month with Moxie Mortgage, and the entire team, Evanil with Robert Lucido Jr. was phenomenal. From the very first time that I actually recommended to my clients, they looked at other lenders as well, but ended up with Moxie Mortgage, and they were very satisfied, 100%. And one of those was my niece, who purchased this beautiful home here. We're here in Glenelg, and she looked at many other lenders, and Moxie Mortgage came through with their team, with their outside of box thinking, and the programs and the interest rate. Like I tell you guys, just give them a try, and you won't be disappointed. Moxie Mortgage is the best, and just give them a try. Okay, take care. Bye.
So that was one of the agents that we earned her business last year, and then she obviously has, as she mentioned, 5 clients in the next 30 days. She's one of our top partners now. Number 4 would be to win more deals and get paid faster. So the average time to close a loan last year was 46 days. We on average close just over 10 days. We even close 1 in 2 days. So if you need to go very quickly, that's another way that you can outcompete, especially cash offers, at least if you can match their same terms. So this is another way that your offers can be more attractive to help you win more deals and also get you paid a lot faster. There's no need to wait 30 days when you can close in 10. Now, If that wasn't enough, there's one more kicker here. I mentioned it earlier, which are called business development managers. So if you're doing a qualifying enough amount of production, you can also get hired by Moxie Mortgage and receive compensations for loans that you help generate. So that compensation is very straightforward. You'll make a 1/4 point of pure profit. There's no startup costs. There's nothing in there. You make a 1/4 point of loan amount. So if you're helping us generate a $500,000 loan, that would be $1,250 that would be wired to your account post closing for being an employee of Moxie Mortgage. And yes, of course, this is RESPA compliance, gone through the full review. And so that's a part of the stand-up process. But again, you're a W-2 employee providing services, and you'll receive a 1/4 point of pure profit. Now, you work hard for that compensation as a buyer agent. We also want to make sure that you collect it. So if those 4 points weren't enough, and if the compensation wasn't enough to get you across the finish line, another piece is that we will also help you finance commissions into the deal. So if you sign an agreement with a client for X%, when you submit the offer, you help them find the house, you help them get the house. We don't want you to leave money on the table if the seller's not willing to cover the full fee. So we'll actually put you through a training at your discretion of 3 different ways that you can finance commissions into the deal, working with Moxie Mortgage to make sure that you collect your full fee as the real estate agent, in addition to the compensation that you'll receive as a Moxie Mortgage business development manager. So just to wrap it up, stop losing deals to high rates. Stop saying no to clients that were turned down by other lenders. In fact, we can even go down to a 500 FICO. We just helped someone purchase a $800,000 house with a 501 FICO. Most lenders cannot go below 620. Stop saying no to self-employed clients or people with low credit scores. Stop waiting 46 days to get paid and dealing with crappy service. So if this sounds great to you, please go ahead and scan this QR code and fill out the form, and we'll be in contact to review the application and to schedule your onboarding call. Your onboarding call is 60 minutes or less. Typically, it's going to be around 40 minutes to get you fully onboarded with Moxie so that you are eligible to receive compensation. You can plan for the full process from start to finish to take about a week, and then you're on the road to making not only compensation but enjoying those lower rates to provide to your clients, improve value prop, all those additional terms, getting access to any loan product imaginable. There's a typo there, but better support, and of course, helping you make more money for the value that you're providing to your clients.
So let's just make sure that everyone understands you're not becoming a mortgage lender.
Nope.
Because I think a lot of people will be like, what? I don't want to be a lender. That's not what this is. So the last time Rob and I did this webinar, an agent on the webinar signed up, sent a buyer to Rob or to the Moxie team. The buyer closed. That agent made $1,000. That's just one deal.
On top of his commission. Yeah, so it's just excess
on top
money.
of his commission. Rob has agents who are, sending dozens of clients to Moxie, and they're making, tens of thousands of dollars every month, hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. I mean, even if you can make an extra $2,000 a month, think about what that would do. Considering commissions are way down, over the last several years. But I mean, imagine that. Like, he just made $1,000. He didn't have to do anything. He just had to refer the buyer, and then Moxie did the rest. So it's pretty unbelievable. Someone's asking if you guys do Canada. You do, right? Because you have teams in Canada. No, you don't?
Not on the mortgage side. Different beast. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, as the person that asked the question knows, mortgages operate differently in Canada. We're not licensed to act.
Okay. So sorry. I don't know what to say.
US though, fair game.
Yeah. So, give us some examples of, I mean, obviously don't name names, but, if an agent let's say an agent does 24 deals a year, their average price point, is, I don't know, 400,000. That's normally the average price point in America. let's say they send a deal a month to you out of those 24, and so they're sending 12 deals a month. Like, what would that look like to that agent?
Tell you in a second. So one deal a month, that would be a little over $11,000 of additional income off those, just
Okay,
those.
wow, that's very good.
For a $400,000 buyer at a 90% LTV, that would be 11,000.
Anybody have any questions? Put the QR code back on the screen.
Sure.
Um, I went through the sign up process. It was pretty painless. Um, so, and like I said, you're not becoming a mortgage lender. Um, but why
You're
not make a
unlicensed.
few? What's that?
Yeah, you're unlicensed, so you don't have to go through the licensing process. You don't have to pay all the fees, and you also don't have to accept the liability of being a loan officer on the file. Um, Also, when you do a dual license, typically it drives interest rates higher, which was one of our imperatives. We don't want that to happen at all because that obviously hurts the client. So yeah, so it's a quick, easy process. There's no licensing required. You are an unlicensed employee of Moxie Mortgage in order to qualify for this.
And you're licensed in how many states?
48 right now, but we're about to be active in New York as well.
Okay, so what are the two that you're not? New York and what?
Massachusetts.
Okay. Um, Someone's asking, do you work as a brokerage? What's the business model?
With Moxie. Um,
Yeah, that's it.
so if you want to get technical, we have a unique setup where we can both broker, but we do the majority of our business on what's called the correspondent channel. So it gives us a lot of flexibility and speed in how we structure deals and get them closed quickly. It's very similar to how a broker operates. However, we have our own money. We have 600 million a month that we can lend out in order to get deals done.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty good. Um, so yeah, I mean, listen, everybody's looking for lower rates. I mean, this does a great service to your buyers as well, with the rates being, what are they now on average?
On
6%?
average, last year nationwide, the average was 6.9, which was very consistent with the year before, which was 7 flat. I can tell you our average rate from last year. Our average rate was just over 6.5 across all product types.
Okay, and you guys at Moxie are able to do what percentage now?
For rate,
Yeah.
it depends on the product type and the buyer's
Yeah.
FICO.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, right. Of
but
course.
I just quoted one today at 6.3.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Awesome. So, hey, listen, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. If not, scan that QR code that Rob had up on there. Rob, if they have any questions, they want to reach out to you personally, um, drop your email in the chat there.
Throw it in the chat right here. It's robert@moxiemortgage.com. If you scan the QR code, though, I'll reach out to you guys personally today
Okay.
to get this started for you guys.
I mean, listen, there's no catch. There's nothing crazy you have to do. Um, and if you can make an extra grand a month like the agent on our last webinar did, I mean, what is the downside?
Yeah,
You're saving your buyers money, and you're making extra money yourself.
yeah. I mean, we have one loan closing next week where our BDM will make $3,600.
Oh my
Um,
God. Wow.
deal. So it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's a no-brainer actually to start up. You'll be a better buyer agent. You'll attract more clients. You can use our value to prospect as different lead magnets to attract more buyers. You'll close more. You'll
Okay.
get a higher percentage on your commission. And then, of course, you're going to get paid as a mortgage employee as well.
That's awesome.
So unless you hate
Um,
money and helping your clients,
if you hate extra money, don't sign up for this,
yeah.
because you'll hate it. Awesome. Well, listen, I appreciate you. We're gonna do another webinar like this next month. But definitely reach out to Rob if you scan that QR code. If not, Robert at moxiemortgage.com. Reach out to him. There's no strings attached. It's pretty straightforward, and it's just another value proposition for you and for your clients.
Awesome. Well,
So
thanks for having me, Nick. Appreciate it, man.
thanks everybody. Oh wait, hold on. Well, right. Well, Canada obviously. He just said we're not really get helpful. Canada excluded. America, United States, 50 states. If you're in the 50 states, we got you.
Unless Canada becomes the 51st state.
Unless Canada is the 51st state, I'll wait and see, I guess. Thanks, everybody.
See you guys.